A little bit ago, I showed you my busy bag stash and you helped me organize it. Now I'm gonna show you how I store my supplies. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet and welcome back to my channel. We made our 10,000 subscriber goal. I wanted to thank you for that. And now I'm gonna need a new goal. So what do you think that new goal should be? Let me know down below in the comments. If you're new here, I do educational activities for children and lots of inspirations and ideas to learn through play. I would love it if you would subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos. If you missed my busy bag organizational video, you can still catch it. I'll put the link down below in the description box. If you want, you can go back and check it out. But today I'm going to pull back the closet door quite literally to show you what little space I have to organize all of my learning materials. All right, so you ready for this? Here we go. This is one closet and this is all the space I have for our learning activities. Now, I need to specify that this is learning activities that I am currently working on with my kids. So basically, if I am working on a skill with my kids, or if I think an activity they need some adult guidance with, I'll keep it in here. This is kind of like a hands-off, mommy's only closet. If they've mastered the skill and I know they can do it well, then I'll move it on up to their bedroom or to a different spot in the house. So everything in here is what I work on with them, specifically together, and that's what makes this closet a little bit different. Now, I'm not technically a homeschooler. I don't do a traditional homeschool style, but I do like to do one-on-one learning activities. So everything I have is kept in this one little small space and closet, and I could use some more shelves, but this is what I got. And the reason why I wanted to show this to you is that I wanted to show you that you don't have to have a designated homeschool room. It doesn't have to be like the most immaculate, Pinterest pretty space. And this is what I have and this is what I'm working with. So I thought it would be beneficial to show you. Now over here in the corner, this is just a swim bag that we have hanging up that we take with us swimming every week. But then over here, just this half of the closet is what I use to store. And it looks messy, but I know where everything is and I could use a couple more shelves, but you know, you do what you gotta do. So we'll start out the Tippity top, things that I can't even reach with my hand, either empty boxes or activities that are a little bit above our skill set. So those are gonna be up and coming. Then in the next shelf, all of these stacked up here like a Tetris thing are things that we work on together that I don't feel confident enough that they can do on their own without me. Some of these things have been mastered by my 5-year-old, but we're still working on. The only thing that I know is this count the syllables. They've got that down pretty well. But a lot of the phonics stuff and some of these other ones down here, they just need a little bit of assistance with. So those are things that we work on together, or they have a lot of pieces. Like this one right here has a ton of pieces. And so I need to make sure all the pieces stick together. So I just kind of keep it here or else they'll go and spread them around. Next, this little section here are things that I don't use regularly except for my magnetic letters. So this is my tackle box of all my magnetic letters that go in there. And this is a tray of things that I don't typically use. Here, let me take this off here. So in this tray, there's a whole bunch of manipulatives in different containers. So I've got like the star erasers here, there's some buttons, and then even in here are some more manipulatives. My floor tape, just things that I don't always use on a daily basis that I'll just put back in here because I don't need to access it very much. And then on top of that was this guy. I took it down. I'm gonna take it down here on the floor. This is just a little caddy that I've just stuffed a whole bunch of those things that you find at like a Target dollar spot. And so these are what I use to put into busy bags. So I have them all here. Those are the spiral bound dry erase books. Over here are my sight word flashcards, and then some more little note cards. And then on this other side are flashcard sets. So a lot of times I'll pull out a couple of flashcards, not the whole set, to use it with an activity. Some dollar spot cards. And then some more spiral bound dry erase things. So basically these are things that are used periodically, not often, so I'm okay with them being in here. And what I'll do is I'll go through it every now and then looking for things that I might want to put in a restaurant kit or something. So it sits right up here because it's out of the way and that's the spot I have for it. Next to that are all of my blank books. So these you buy at the Target dollar spot. They're just bound books that are completely empty. So that's my stash there. I'm set for a while because we're always using those. And then my paper stash behind that. So there's a little paper container here, and then all of my construction paper, my notebooks, drawing paper, paint paper, all of that's right here. It's just different types of paper to use with our projects. And then I have note card paper here, and then I have my post-it paper here because we use that with our little travel spirograph. And I even have like origami paper, just all kinds of paper for whatever paper needs we have. The next to that is another stack of activities, as you can see. And these are things that are still working on too. And then we have my dry erase dice. We love those, right? Those are from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the new ones here soon in a spelling CVC word activity. So that's the top shelf. And it looks like a big cluttered mess, but I know where everything is, and that's fine with me. I would love to have another shelf here in the middle, and that would make this big old stack a lot more safe. Then the next shelf. Here I have the different pencil boxes filled with different pens that we have. And then I keep a little stash here. These are things that I interchange out of restaurant kits. I just kind of leave them here so I don't forget about them. And then this little container used to be art supplies. It's not anymore. See, even I don't have perfectly labeled things, but they are workbooks and the such. So right now I have window cleans, activity books, life cycle mats, paint with water books, color forms, the Dollar Tree sticker sets, the reproducible books, dot-to-dot books, activity books again, more Dollar Tree reproducible books, the cut and trace, love these, mazes, and some of these are halfway done, some of these haven't been done at all, and then our coloring books. So these are all various stage, but this is what I'm currently working with and getting through. If I need something really fast, I can grab it out of here. The next one next to it, actually there's two paper cases here. These are actual like learning workbooks. I don't have a lot. I don't keep a lot. Like this one's a sight word journal. This one is like one of those big fat worksheet journals. And then our dry erase board. So there's not too many of those. And then these are learning activities. So I got a lot of dry erase activity books. Like this one is the tracing one. And then I have things that I've made too, like this one is a phonics match. It's upside down, but you find the right one and cover it up. And it's a whole book that I made of that. Or like this one, which is a tracing book of tracing. I pulled out the worksheet and put them in the sheet protectors. And then this whole book is just of tracing. So in this section, that's like tracing and things I put together on my own. My dry erase pockets from the Target Dollar Spot. And then over here we have our pocket charts, so I can pull those out. And then this whole section here, extra art supplies. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here that are just extra pens and crayons and things for when we do need them. So I'll buy them on sale and stash them away in here so that I don't have to pay full price. Here are our letter stamps. We're using those a lot. And then under here's extra coloring books. So when we're done, I'll refill over here, but we're not. My Montessori materials in these wooden boxes, and then this is workbooks that are too hard for us. So learning workbooks that we can pull out at a later time is filled in this box. And then some odd and end flashcards and things here that we kind of use regularly that I just keep handy. So that's the middle shelf, and those are probably the more typical things we would use. So very easy to access that. And then down here, which looks like a mess, it's kind of separated into two parts, this first stack here. This is a caddy, like an art caddy. And I keep it down here because it's really easy for my girls to grab, but it has their markers and pens, stamps and kind of things like that, scissors and glue. So that's in this one caddy. But underneath it is all of those busy bags. So this is what you saw in the other video. So I've already done this and it gets in a disarray every now and then, but I've already showed you everything in this whole huge bin. And that's here for my busy bags. And then under here is just some personal, like, you know, safe things there. Nothing homeschool-ish. This is a busy bag that I want to check out to see if my girls want it, so I pulled it out so I don't forget about it. Over here are my 2 restaurant kits, easy to take out and to go. And then underneath that are my Montessori boxes. So I've got one here on musical instruments, and here's one on sea life. This one I think is both flowers and the life cycle of a ladybug. And then this one is geometric shapes. So they're all stored in these little boxes here on the side. So those are my Montessori object 3-part card boxes. And then a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff like a guitar and other bags are stuffed back there, but we don't access those. And then I have my trays that everyone always asks me about that are stored here on the side. These are materials that I never use. And that's nothing, that's just paperwork. And then this whole box right here, this is filled with materials that my kids aren't old enough for yet. So if I buy something on sale and find a really good deal, I'll put that activity in there. And then when they're old enough, it will get moved way up to there when they're ready to get through it. And then on top of that, we have the super sorting pie, which just didn't have a spot for it. And then these are their tools. And then this is all of the different kinds of puzzles, sequencing puzzles and matching puzzles. And then behind that, that's where I keep all of my trays. So when you guys see my Instagram and I'm doing trays, I'll pull a tray or a container from here in the very back to display the work. So I just keep that back there because, you know, I don't use it so often either. And then that is the bottom section. So I'd have to say that it's not this dream space that I would like to have, but it's gonna be a pretty usable space for me to keep everything, and it has worked so far. So if you don't have that perfect dream space, not to worry, because you are not the only one. I'm right there with you. And if it looks a little bit like this and you know where everything is, then you're doing okay. Let me know a little bit about your space and how you store all of your supplies and learning materials down below in the comments. I would love to hear how you guys do it and get some ideas from you as well. Click subscribe to see more videos like this and give me a thumbs up to show your love.